I'm Dennis Dixon.
I'm Abby Dixon.
And we've been going to Rocky Peak for about 3.5 years. We've adopted both of our boys from Korea. Gabe, who is 6, we've had him home with us for 5 years. And Daniel, who is 4, and we've had him home for just a little over a year. Daniel is pretty wild and rambunctious, and Gabe is pretty quiet and introverted.
It really just became increasingly important to us that we were going to a church that had a thriving kids ministry.
We've been to other churches where that just wasn't the case, that the children's ministry was always the burden, and it was always a second thought, or it was something that they did because they had to do it. And that's something that stood out when we looked at Rocky Peak. The kids ministry volunteers are there because they want to be there, not because they're being guilted into it or somehow forced. They're really there because they care about it.
I remember there was one night, though, in particular, we had attended a Saturday night service, and we were home, and we were making dinner, and Gabe was 3 at the time, and he was really quiet, and so it was kind of hard to hear what he was saying, but I kept hearing like these little words about God and trust, and I was like, what are you saying? What are you singing? And so I got my phone out, and I Googled him, and his face just lit up when he realized I found the songs that he had been learning at church, and he started doing the motions. I think we cried, actually, because it was like that moment we knew we were at where we were supposed to be. I've been serving in kids ministry for about 2.5 years. I've always kind of wanted to volunteer, but I was kind of nervous too at the same time, but I thought, I should do something. The staff, they give you all the resources that you need, to go into a room and feel like you're prepared for these kids. I love seeing the kids come in uncomfortable maybe at first, and then being with them for a few weeks, and then starting to see them engage in the music and start doing the motions, to the song.
Abby's volunteering in kids ministry, I've seen it as it's had a good effect in her growth. I see her stepping more into being a leader. As her husband watching it, it's been really cool because I'm seeing her use this giftedness that she has, and she's doing really well with it.
I really love volunteering with kids ministry. I like it a lot more than I ever thought that I would. One of the things that's unique about kids ministry at Rocky Peak is they seem to have a small volunteer to child ratio.
It really speaks to the quality of the people that are there, that Jesus is doing something in their lives, because they're not just willing to just sit there and be stagnant, that they understand it's time to also give back.
I've seen our numbers jump tremendously. Literally, I think in the 3-year-old room, we've doubled in size. I think if somebody is interested in volunteering for kids ministry, they should just give it a shot. The great thing is there's lots of different places for you to volunteer. We just have so many different people from so many different walks of life. We have older people, younger people. We have teens that volunteer with us. We have men and women. The kids can see people loving Jesus at every stage in their life.